What is going on, guys? This is Roberto Diaz. Right now we're testing out the Tokina 11 to 16 millimeters.
Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? No one can save us from keeping clear.
I know there's a lot of options to vlog on the EOS R. Not really. You could spend thousands and thousands of dollars with the 15 millimeter RF, or you could get the 16 to 35 EF. But what if we could use a cheaper, lower budget version of these lenses, you know? What if this works? What if people can't even tell the difference? What if this is good enough for vlogging? Because, you know, when you're vlogging, quality is important. They're over here fighting. Look at this. This is what I call content. I wanted to give an option for the people that don't want to spend over $1,000 for a lens just to get started in vlogging. Maybe you just bought yourself an EOS RP, maybe you just bought yourself an EOS R, or maybe you just bought yourself a Canon T3i, a Canon 80D. If you're using this on the EOS R, you do have full frame. Basically, you're gonna have to punch in to 16 millimeters in full frame, and that way you don't get as much vignetting. If you try to go as wide as 11, we're in Vignette City, but you're in 16 millimeters, you should be good. So I was looking for a very affordable wide lens that could kind of be my run and gun go-to lens. I wanted to start vlogging on the EOS R, but I really needed a lens that had autofocus, was wide enough, and didn't really have to worry about it being so expensive. So obviously money is a factor. Obviously there's a lot of lenses out there that are very wide and can do great, but I wanted something that was a little bit cheaper, could save me a bit of money, and just literally be my run and gun setup. And also another thing, I don't want to forget this, I didn't want something to be extremely heavy. So obviously this lens is not perfect. There is a few things that I wish were different, but for the most part, it has a lot of great things. When I first picked up this lens, I was actually very upset. I thought this lens was complete trash. I was so close to just throwing it away because I know only a few people have this issue, but for some reason, when you're using this lens with the EOS R, you might have some color aberration, some weird color shifts, and basically it makes your footage look like it's 3D. I don't know why in the world this happens or why this has to happen, but it happened to me. But the weird thing was, I thought to myself, why don't I try it on the GH5 or the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera? And then guess what? No issues at all, no weird chromatic aberration issues. I was very confused, so then I just thought to myself, what if it's some setting on the Canon? So I literally started playing with every single button on my EOS R, and then I saw this button, chromatic aberration correction on. So if it's on, it's correcting. What if I turn it off? What if it stops trying to correct it and messing it up? So weirdly enough, when you turn it off, it fixes the weird chromatic aberration issue. I don't know why that works. It just works for me, and I hope you guys do it as well, because if you don't, you're basically gonna be looking like you're shooting a 3D movie. And is that a bird? Oh no, that's not a bird. Another thing to note, obviously this lens is not perfect. There's a bit of softness in the edges, something to expect with a lens this wide. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it gets a job done. I've actually done some actual commercial work with this lens. I've done music videos, I've done everything from vlogging. So I have a lot of test footage with this lens. I've been able to use it for a lot of stuff. So I basically can say I can be the ambassador for this lens because I probably use it more than anyone. And it's funny because when I picked it up, I thought it was gonna be bad. I don't know why. I had never used the Tokina brand. I had never really thought about using it. And I'm glad I gave them a chance because they totally proved me wrong. And I've bought a lot of more expensive lenses that I've returned because they didn't end up working out for me. And this lens just happens to be one of the lenses that was cheap. It looks great, and I'm keeping. If you're planning on doing real estate video and you have a crop sensor camera, if you're planning on even using this on full frame, as long as you keep it in 16 mil, you should be good. So this is it, 16? Yeah, that's if you put at 11 millimeters, you're gonna get that weird effect. I mean, you could use it if you're going for that weird retro effect. I don't know if you ever wanna go that wide, but I'm good at 16. I think that's wide enough. Comparing it to the 18 to 35, by Sigma, it's a little bit more punched in. It would basically be like this. We don't want that. You guys don't need to see that. The autofocus actually works really great on this lens. It is a little bit noisy. That is one of the things that I noticed. It's a loud one, man. I don't know what the gears are doing in there, but they're making some noise. They're working in there. You can tell that autofocus system is pushing a little bit harder than any other lens. So yeah, it is a little bit loud, but as long as you get one of these good little mics up here and you're actually able to invest in good audio, even a lav mic, you should be good. If you're just capturing B-roll and you don't worry about audio, you should be completely fine. If you're planning on doing some type of photography, can't really recommend it since I don't really like shooting that wide. I always go up to 35, 50. I never really do anything wide with photography since I don't really do landscape, or I don't really do any astro stuff. Sorry guys, I'm not really interested in the sky. Okay, I'll give you this. You guys get a little bit of, that's the most sky you'll see me recording. Hope you enjoyed this little, just freaking ruined my video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video on the beach talking about the Tokina 11 to 16 millimeters. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe. Comment down below if you guys have any requests or any ideas for future videos. Thumbs up this video. Please share it with your friends and family. If you want to tell your grandma about this lens, I recommend it. I think your grandma would really enjoy you sharing to her or your mom and dad about buying this lens for you. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I'll catch you guys next time. We got all those beautiful views, and bam, here comes my face.